I remember when I was in high school, I would never be able to focus on my homework. Every single time I start on my homework, I would end up on my phone 2 minutes later. I put my phone down, start typing up my essay, I write like half a page, and then I get Snapchat notifications popping up. I have streaks with a whole bunch of people, so I'm trying to maintain these streaks. I'm trying to keep it going. So, you know, naturally, I want to check. Of course, I mentally know that, okay, this is probably going to be a streak, but I'm telling myself, oh, what if it isn't? What if it's not a streak? What if somebody's actually snapping me a picture of their day, or like they want to talk to me, right? So I go on Snapchat right away and I open it and it's a black screen with a red S on it. I just wasted my time opening Snapchat just to see this black screen on my phone when I could have spent that extra 5-10 minutes on my homework and actually get my homework done. I'm writing this essay for my English class that is due in about 2 hours, and I've only written half a page in the past hour and a half. This should have been done by now. This really should have been super simple because it's not even that complicated of a topic to write about. But because I have these distractions in front of me, because I have my phone right next to me in my bed, going off every 2 seconds, I'm not able to focus on it. But the funny thing is, as soon as I did turn in my homework, as soon as like I'm done with the assignment, I go hop on the Xbox and I load up Fortnite and I'm playing Fortnite for 4 hours straight. No distractions. My phone is peeping, but I'm too focused on the game and I'm too focused, busy playing with my boys that I can't be bothered to check my phone right now, right? Nothing has changed. I'm still in my bed. The only thing that's different is that rather than me doing homework, I'm playing Fortnite. And it frustrated me because I'm thinking to myself, why am I able to focus on Fortnite for so long? Why am I able to spend so much time on Instagram for so long with zero distractions? I will literally need my mom or something to tell me to like go help her for me to get off my phone, get off the Xbox. But when it's time for me to do homework, I can't focus. I can't sit there and do my homework for 2 hours straight because I'm gonna go and grab my phone like instinctively without even realizing it. And it took me years to realize what the problem is, and I finally realized that it's not that you have a focusing problem. It's not that you can't focus. You can focus. It's that you have a problem with your addictions. You know, when we think of addictions nowadays, we don't think of something so mundane like, oh, I'm addicted to my phone, I'm addicted to video games. No. When people think of addictions, their brains go from 0 to 100 and they start thinking, well, I don't have a drug addiction problem. I'm not addicted to drinking alcohol. Like, where do you get alcohol and drugs from when you think of addiction? It's just because, like, that's just like, it's so common nowadays just for you to have a drug addiction that people, when they think of addictions, they think of drugs. But that's not really the case. You can literally be addicted to anything that is taking you away from your time. You can literally have a phone addiction. You can have a video game addiction. You can have a porn addiction. You can have a reading addiction. You can have a writing addiction. You can have a speaking addiction. You know what I mean? Like, you can have all these different addictions for different things. Addiction is when you are either physically or mentally dependent on a certain activity or substance that you cannot help but continue indulging in this activity or substance because you feel awful without it. You feel like a crackhead when you take away your addiction from you. Recently, like AT&T lost signal or whatever, and there were like hundreds of people losing their minds because some of them for good cause they can't actually like call like 911 or whatever, but the majority of people who were losing their minds was because they cannot go on their phones, they can't check social media, and they're losing their minds because of their social media addiction. That is addiction, when you are so physically drawn to something, so physically dependent on something that you cannot help but stay away from it. And how this affects your focus is because if you really think about it, if you have a video game addiction, you can actually focus on the video game for a very long time. Like, I'm playing Fortnite for 4 hours straight with zero distractions. It's not that all of a sudden I'm able to focus better on Fortnite. No, it's because I'm addicted to Fortnite and so I am focused on it. I'm addicted to my phone so I can scroll on Instagram all day easily. When you're addicted to drugs, you're addicted to weed, you literally have to smoke all day just to feel normal. And then once you feel sober, you feel like absolute garbage. This is how addiction works, right? And so when you are there and you cannot do your homework, when you can't actually do the work that you need to do for your business, for your work, whatever it needs to get done, is it really because you can't focus, or is it because your mind is occupied with doing something else that it would much rather be doing? You would much rather be in the gym right now working out. You would much rather be at home playing video games right now rather than doing your homework, rather than doing this like business. Getting these Snapchat notifications on my phone while I'm studying is basically me trying to gamble at a slot machine while I'm doing my homework. And you might think that's crazy. Like, how is that even correlated? It's because, you know, when you're gambling, right, you like explain slot machine, you are basically praying for chance to happen. You are praying that you're gonna get 3 sevens in a row. You're praying that you get $3 in a row. I don't know. I don't play slot machines, but you get the idea. You are praying that, okay, if I swing this machine one more time, I might get them lined up. I might not, but I'm going to keep trying again and again and again. Exact same way how Snapchat works. So it's like every single notification pops up. Is this a normal Snapchat message that I'm getting, or am I getting a streak notification from somebody who's gonna send me a black screen and an S on it? Or am I getting a Snapchat from Team Snapchat? And you know, the odds are like what, 70-30. So there's like a good chance that it could be an actual normal Snapchat, or like it could literally be a black S. That's really the psychology behind the notifications on your phone. And the one thing that's actually common between all of these, the one thing that's common between all these different addictions that you might have, is dopamine. Dopamine is essentially the neurotransmitter in your brain that is responsible for motivating you to do something pleasurable, motivating you to go and chase after something that will return give you more pleasure, give you more like sense of well-being, right? This is important because the reason why you're not actually able to do the work that you want to do and you're not able to focus probably is because of all this like excess dopamine that you have, that you literally find something as boring as writing an essay impossible to do. You would much rather be out with your friends. You would much rather be smoking weed. You would much rather be on your phone, rather be playing video games. You know, all these different things that you can be doing instead of the homework that you're doing is the reason why you can't focus, because your brain is thinking, why do I want to even do homework right now? This is actually the boringest thing I can do at this moment. I would much rather be on my phone. Every single time you get that notification on your phone, your brain will start releasing dopamine because it thinks, oh, this is a human connection that I can create right now. Let me go swipe and talk to it as a human being, right? Every single time you're playing Fortnite and you get that victory royale, your brain is rewarding you with more dopamine because you just put in all this work to win at this game. You just beat all the 99 other players in the lobby. Now you're trying to go for round 2. Every time you smoke and then you become sober again, so your brain will literally convince you to go and smoke again just so you can feel high and feel happy again. And then you wonder why you can't focus on your work. Well, it's because you have hundreds of other things you would much rather be doing than this dumb essay, than this dumb business project, right? So the only way for you to actually focus is reduce as many of these dopamine inducing activities as possible. If it's playing video games, limit that as much as possible. If you're spending all your time on your phone, limit your time on your phone as much as possible. Turn off all these notifications on your phone. You're not going to be able to get rid of it completely, so you would be better off just replacing it. Replace you scrolling on your phone with scrolling and reading a book. Every time you get that urge to go and play Call of Duty, you go at that urge to play Fortnite, how about you go for a run instead? Go run, no, drop down, do like 20 push-ups, 30 push-ups. These other activities, they increase dopamine too. Like reading obviously increases dopamine. Running for a run, working out increases dopamine. The difference is that it's not instant. You know, if you are scrolling on Instagram right now, you are instantly getting that boost in dopamine. You are instantly getting that slot machine effect. Every time you play video game, let alone all the colors, let alone all the kills you're getting, all the victory royales you're getting, you are constantly being bombarded with dopamine. So it's always feeling good. You don't naturally want to go for a run because that's going to cause you a little bit of discomfort, a little bit of pain in the beginning, and then you get the benefits afterwards. You are essentially trying to condition yourself to earn your dopamine, to work hard for your dopamine. You can get dopamine from everywhere. Every single activity you like indulge in will give you some dopamine. Difference is that some of them you have to work for it rather than other than being instant. Eating junk food and eating healthy will give you the same levels of dopamine. It's just that one will make you feel like garbage, one will make you feel better afterwards. Eating junk food and eating healthy will both increase dopamine. It's just one will instantly like skyrocket your dopamine, but it'll also crash down, while the other one will like you maintain it over a long periods of time. Watching porn and having sex will both increase dopamine. It's just one of them you actually have to do work and be somewhat social in order for it to happen. The other one you're just there on your phone instantly getting this like source of dopamine. So there's levels to this. Like you have to go and train yourself to earn the dopamine. You have to train yourself to go and deserve the pleasure that you're trying to achieve, rather than instantly giving it to yourself for no reason. Like, why do you deserve all this instant dopamine at once when you've done nothing, when you can't even focus on your work? You're going to say no, of course not. Like, you're delusional thinking that I'm going to stop and limit all these other distractions just to focus. Well, you are literally in this position where you can't focus because of the problems you got yourself into, because of these addictions you've created for yourself. You can't deny that you have no addictions because you are literally defending these addictions without realizing it. Okay, cool. Like, they make you feel good. They make you feel like you enjoy your life a little bit more. You might be on edge all the time, and this little thing like keeps you, like, your sanity in check. But if you're blindly defending your addictions without even thinking, maybe I'm right, maybe like they could be a problem, let me actually try to eliminate these distractions and actually see if it makes a difference, then you know that you have a problem. You don't have a focusing problem, you have an addiction problem. If you're struggling with an addiction, or you just want general one-to-one help, I've attached a link to my coaching program down below in the description. Check it out when you're done with this video. And while you're down there, you might as well subscribe too, bro. Like, the button is right there. Just go click it. Go click it, bro.